Right. Hello everyone, Malphite here, and today I have some very exciting news. We have a bit of a leak of the new LCK format that they took down. So maybe this was not supposed to be yet released because this is kinda leaking also the news we know about the international tournaments and also some of the dates, right? And so this is the outline of the year. You can see it being split into the months. So this is January and December. And we can see the previous format that the LCK has been operating on. So those of you that do know how LCK works, you had one LCK spring split spanning about 3 months, a bit longer than that, or around 3 months, right? Then you had an MSI, then you had a summer split, and then you had Worlds. So this is kind of the classic that we had even in LEC, LCS, LPL, everywhere before the changes. So from 2025, we know that some leagues already changed to a 3-split format like the LEC, and other leagues are trying out different formats, and so this is the LCK format that has been decided. So the first 2 months, or month and a half, we're going to have an LCK Cup, which will not count toward the regular season. After the LCK Cup, there is going to be a first international event somewhere at the beginning of March. Then, at the beginning of April, after the first international event is going to end, we are going to have a LCK regular season round 1 and 2. So what this means is that LCK spring and summer are going to combine into one big split, and we are going to have first 2 rounds from April to a bit after the May, in which the MSI qualifiers will begin, and after the MSI qualifiers, we will have MSI. After which, the LCK regular season, the whole big season, will resume and will continue with rounds 3 and 5, with finally having playoffs and then the Worlds. So we can see then a bit more about the a bit more explainers about the format. So we have an LCK Cup, which is this part here, which does not count toward the regular season. So it's just about determining who goes onto the first international event. And you can see this will be done in a group format. So 2 groups will be formed by the 2 teams that ended the first 2 teams of the regular season from the past season. So I assume this will be Genji and Hanwha Life, or Hanwha Life and Genji. I'm not sure yet. I guess we'll see how they determine it. And then these teams will pick their opponents one after the other, taking turns, right, and taking their teammates. And then we are going to see a fearless format, fearless draft for this tournament, but more is not determined yet. I do not know if we are going to have just 1 representative from every league or maybe 2. It's going to be a small international tournament. So we see it's a lot shorter. It's going to be half as short as MSI, so also probably not going to have any planes. It's most likely going to be a smaller international event, just to give us a taste of the internationals at the beginning of the season. Then the regular season, the round 1 and 2, which is here, kind of like, let's say, the first split, the spring, a bit delayed spring, I guess, is going to be the same as we had LCK by now. So, just regular season, and then top 6 teams qualify into playoffs, or what is going to be called now the MSI qualifiers, from which the teams attending MSI will be determined. However, the LCK regular season part 2, the rounds 3 to 5, are going to be very interesting. So two groups are going to get formed, the Group Legend and Group Rise. And so Group Legend is going to have all the stacked teams, probably T1, Genji, Hanwha Life, DK, and so on, right? So probably the best teams so far. At least that's the teams that would be in this group if the group was happening this year. Maybe some different teams next year we're going to see. And then the next 5 teams, so 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th place. And then you can see that for the rest of the seasons, the teams are only going to be playing among themselves. So something like we see in the LPL, where now they make groups of the teams, and the teams are only going to play other teams within the groups. Do I like this format? No, not really, but you can kind of guarantee that the Legend group is going to be a lot more popular, and the Rise group, I mean, I don't know, it's gonna be there. But anyways, even though I do not like this format a lot, it's very exciting, it's very, very interesting of a change. And then you can see that after these groups are being played, the 2 last places are going to get removed. So something like we see in the LEC, let's say the 2 last teams are not going to continue. And then the top 3 team and the last top 3 team from the Rise group and the last team from the Legend group are going to go for play-ins, while the Legend is already the top 2 teams are going to get seeded into already around 2 of the play-ins, and the Legend's 3rd and 4th place are going to get seeded into round 1. So these all teams are going to have to battle it out, and if they lose, they're out. These guys get an advantage and they're already seeded. And so that is pretty exciting. There's a bit more about this. They're just explaining it a bit more, talking about trying to mesh the teams a bit more. We aim to maximize the number of matches as much as possible, focusing on increasing the match count for mid to lower standing teams. So even the mid and lower standing teams would have more matches. And more detailed information you can find official LCK YouTube channel and lolesports.com, so you can go there and check it out. But I'm going to leave in the description, I'm going to leave this picture and also maybe a Reddit thread towards this leak, maybe also the Twitter/X post or whatever. You can all find it in the description. Basically, I just wanted to bring you this leak/explainer for the new LCK format, and also a bit of a leak of when around approximately can we expect the new international tournaments. So we are going to have the first international tournament around the beginning of March. We are going to have MSI around late June, starting like in the summer, late June/July, and then Worlds are going to be in October and November. So a bit later, like a month-ish later than previously. That being said, also it's interesting to see, it seems to me that the Worlds here are shorter than here. So I kinda am interesting to see what did they mean by that and why the Worlds will actually be shorter. Anyways, that's it for me today. Let me know in the comments what do you think about this format, if you like it, if you don't like it, and all the changes and everything basically I talked about in this video. Make sure to hit like if you liked it and subscribe to me. I'm really trying to raise my subscriber count as soon as possible. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.